Welcome back to Talking with Tones. As always, I am Tones. This is Skyview. Good old partner crown with the SpongeBob sweatshirt here, looking swaggy as fuck. Now, today, I'm just going to come straight at it. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, hell yeah. I think you'd have to be an idiot to think maybe not the green and blue guys, but like the idea that we're alone in this shit. Dude, have you ever seen those videos where they compare like the moon to Earth, to the sun, to like Jupiter, to like, and then by the end of the video, like you can't even see Earth because like this fucking astronomical object is like there's no fucking way we're alone. You'd have to be an idiot to think so.
Now, like, do you believe that like if there are aliens, they're an intelligent life force, or do you think that like that's just because aliens in general doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a whole other civilization?
I think there's
it could just be creatures of any sort, really.
Right. I think they could be anything. I have a hair. I got it.
You got it. Feel good.
It was a little peach hair. Anyways, yeah. I think there's probably like a little chicken pot pie that just sits there and just stares. Doesn't have, like a jellyfish, doesn't have any fucking consciousness or whatever, just exists on impulse.
So you're saying even if it's just one thing out there?
There's more than that. I think that there's completely almost lifeless life, you know what I'm saying? Intelligentless, just stupidness. Jellyfishes of other planets.
Yes.
Grass blades that look at you and speak English. Like, I think that there's everything out there.
Are you sure?
Yep. What about you? You believe in aliens?
I do. I don't know. Like, so here's the thing. Like, so I believe that there's aliens, or possibility, or were and or gonna be aliens of some sort. Here's the thing. It's like one of those. What is the cycle of their life? You know what I'm saying? What cycle are they on? And how many others are there? Is there just one? Is there multiple? Is it like none right now? Because like if you believe in the possibility of like things like evolution, I mean, there's a possibility that like each of these civilizations could be on different life cycles, and we're constantly searching for each other at the wrong times too.
Sure.
Like,
but there's gotta be other human-ish type people out there. Dude, this is too big. It's too big.
I mean, maybe it's a possibility. They may be humanoid. It may just be an entire fucking planet of rhinos for all we know.
Right. And there probably is. If you could imagine it, it probably exists. Like, I mean, that's where I'm at, kind of.
See, I feel like, how can I put this? I'm a big alien guy, right? So, like, have you ever, like, seen the things on Discovery Channel where the guy goes, aliens? But, like, there's hieroglyphics and cave paintings of people coming down in spaceships showing them how to build stuff. And, like, there's weird points in time where, like, how do we just go from cavemen who throw sticks at stuff and just make noises at each other to, like, we build fucking pyramids now? Like,
good news is that there's entire fields of study dedicated to exactly what you're talking about, which is essentially archaeology and anthropology.
Don't care. I'm a big believer that the pyramids did not happen by our own use.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're still trying to figure out how the fuck it happened. Like, this is the thing I read about last week.
They're not, though. They're pretty confident on how... Like, we could do it if we wanted to. And it really, honestly, comes down to, unfortunately, slave labor.
Well, the thing is, it goes down to is, like, you have no idea how many tons, tons and tons and tons those fucking slabs weigh. It takes an exorbitant amount of people, time, and energy. And they said, like, they sat there and did the math. It would still take hundreds, if not over 1,000 years for some of those things to be built. And the thing is, the fact that they're all aged equally at the same time and not like, oh, the bottom part looks older than the top and everything else, it's like, come on. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I hear you. I'm just saying,
I don't have
the answers to most of that shit.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the answer to me is probably not aliens.
Listen,
that's all I'm getting at. Would you go to space?
Would I go to space? No.
Why?
Oh, I'm afraid of heights.
Well, I think that's
a dumb response.
After a certain period, after a certain stage of heights, it's not really heights anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's heights that... See, here's the thing, right? So I can't climb a tree. If it hits the point where I went in a plane once, and I'm pretty sure that, like, all I'm saying is someone gave me allergy medication, and then I woke up in a different state. So, like I watched that plane take off, and I was ready to die. So, anyways, while we're talking about the pyramids a little bit, well, I'm bitching about the pyramids, and you just listen to me.
I have to walk a very significantly thin line because my brother is an anthropologist, and he would probably laugh at most of these theories.
There's people who don't believe in Pangea.
There's people that believe the Earth is like 8,000 years old and shit. Like, there's crazy motherfuckers. Yeah, there's people, a very significant amount of people who still to this day think that it's fucking flat. It's like...
which I still... It doesn't make sense.
Like,
if the Earth was flat, at the end of the Earth, things would lean sideways. Like, that's just how gravity works.
You don't even need to theorize. Just go skydiving.
Just there's an actual height where you can see that the Earth is curved.
Just go. If you are, it's on you to prove everybody else wrong at that point. Yeah. So if you are a fucking idiot who thinks that the world is flat, it's not like, oh, well, every window in a plane has a fisheye on it, so therefore when you're in a plane and it looks like it's curved, it's really not because the glass is like that. Okay, jump out of it then. Jump out,
Dude,
go
people
skydiving,
and they see the curve of the
at
Earth. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you want to go across the Earth, like let's say you take one plane ride, you can make a circle.
Right.
What do you think?
Because they think the whole world is conspiring against something.
It's like if the world was flat, how are we right next? Because everyone forgets about this. Like you look at a map and you go, "Wow, Alaska's right there." You know what's like 20 minutes from Alaska?
Japan.
Fucking Russia
And Japan.
Yeah, like that shit's right there. It's just across the water.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing as us going like in the eastern.
Yeah, when my boys, Gary and Matt from New Zealand, when they come here, they don't fly across fucking Europe.
Yeah.
To get here, they fly across the Pacific Ocean and land in LA and then fly here. So it's all of it makes no sense to me. Like legitimately, I don't like to speak in black and white statements.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like politics, religion, stuff like that. But if you believe the world is flat, I have nothing to say to you. Like you are the definition of an absolute fucking idiot at that point. And I have no constructive conversation to have with you. Not even about anything. I wouldn't even talk to you about eggplants.
Fair.
Like you are a fucking moron.
I tried
and
really
I have
hard to keep a
nothing
straight
to
face
say
on that one. I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And I had to look away. I was like, that fucking asshole. But no, there's just no fucking way the Earth is flat. It doesn't make sense. How do you think the North Pole works? Do you think it's just on the sides?
See, that's the thing is
it's
like
at the top.
Yeah, but I don't even like to get super scientific with it. I don't need to explain poles or equators or gravity to them. I want tangible, real world arguments of like, I don't need to explain to you how the poles work. Just literally go take a flight and stick your head. Like go skydiving or go to the top of the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
Like just do tangible things that you can do
people call
without
them
math.
optical illusions. That's what it is.
How can it be an optical like literally it's your eyes just looking at something.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, dog.
Tell them.
People who believe that the Earth is flat, I'm sorry, but you need to try again. This is
try what again? Life? Just
all
cash
of it.
out?
I was going to say, you have hit a point in your life where you are like now old enough to make your own tangible like decisions and opinions. You have wasted too many years of your life.
Anybody beyond, I'd say maybe age 14.
I'll give you till 15 or 16 when the
16's pushing it because you could drive at that point. How do you feel about zoos? Do you feel like it's douchey?
What do you mean douchey?
Just taking an animal that...
No. I don't.
Okay.
No. I can... What do you think?
I
I can explain, but I'd rather hear your opinion first.
I think that, generally speaking, most operations at zoos are pretty good. Like, most of those animals don't know any different. You know, so it's not like you're abducting them from the fucking forest away from their mothers and they're having a life of fuckery. But however, I can see a world where, you know, maybe a bear shouldn't be in a fucking 50 by 50 exhibit.
No, I get what you're saying. And like a lot of those animals do need more space. And you'll see that in different zoos and newer ones as opposed to older ones where they like the exhibit's supposed to be more updated.
They're definitely going to be like, I don't think zoos will exist in 100 years.
I think they will.
I
think they're an absolutely necessary part of humanity.
I think that study of animals is a necessary part of humanity.
I think zoos
that the way that they will do that, the way that you study animals, I think is going to change. Like virtual reality, even. I mean,
so here's the thing, right? So I say zoos are a necessary part of humanity, and that's a thing people will give me flack for, and I give you 3 points. Number one, humans want entertainment, and in the end of the day, no matter how much you think it's shitty, they're always going to do it. So it's just always going to be around. There's never going to hit a point where we all agree so much that something is a bad idea and stop it.
But you can get a significant enough portion of the population to be mad about something to the point where something is no longer a fruitful business venture. I mean, especially... I would have touched on this like literally 1 second and not diverge, but like Me Too movement, make one accusation, boom, that guy's career's over. You know, so it's like I think that enough people love animals that when enough of the population is like, bro, we can't be. What are you doing to this bear, bro?
Yeah, but at the same point in time, Point number 2. Like
Especially when
before,
you can just do virtual reality or video games, or visit them in their natural habitat, like a safari, I think they call them.
Yeah, they're like
that is
like
what,
reservations and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's going to be what I think zoos will be in about 100 years. I don't think you're going to be able to drive to Pittsburgh.
I don't think it's possible based on how the environment's going to go. That was point number 3. Is the environment won't always be able to sustain those in a wild habitat anymore, so we'll need to keep them calculated to keep them alive. But number 2 was the fact of,
well, yeah, we can you absolutely need to preserve things that are maybe going extinct or something like that. Is that, if that's what you were getting at?
No, I just think that the fact is, it's like one of those things of, we're already killing the planet. We know that's happening. We have a deadline, and guess what happened? That got swept under the table there. And like, we don't give a shit. It's like, I care, but like the majority of people don't. And like, we know that it's happening. It's in our faces, and we keep going. Politics though, and like that, just other shit just gets our attention. We forget the other things more important are happening because they cause major changes in our life and like entire like ways of human species, and like we don't want to make those changes. We're too lazy, or we like the way things are.
What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
My favorite animal, it's a tie.
Specifically, I'm assuming you're talking about the Pittsburgh Zoo.
Well, yeah, but every zoo has these 2 animals for the most part.
Pet?
I like the lions.
They're usually boring to me.
And
I would love to love lions, but they just fucking lay there because they're depressed.
You go at the wrong time of year. And I love the snow leopards.
Where the fuck do they have snow leopards?
Right at the beginning of the zoo. You go right underneath that first tunnel.
That one on the left? The one that's always asleep?
Well, he's just a fuck, dude.
I'm just pointing out that your 2 animals are awesome in theory.
Well, here's
especially if they were on a safari.
You need to go during the winter.
No.
Yeah. Oh no. I promise. So like, I went like mid-July. I've gone in April. I've gone in like September. And you're like, oh, it's a nice day. Let's go to the zoo as a family. And then like, oh, that's cool. Oh, he's probably hot. Let him sit in the shade. And then you just think about it. You're like, man, they're all just fucking hot. No, if you go there, like...
Yeah, but like...
No, trust me, listen on this. Like, mid to late October, maybe even early December, when it's cooler out, and it's like, them animals are fucking chilling, dude. Like, the snow leopard was climbing the fucking tree. The lions were just sitting on rocks roaring at each other for 20 minutes. Like, you ever feel a lion roar? You feel that shit in your chest.
Yeah.
And they were just doing it. You heard it through the whole zoo the entire time I was there.
It's just weird to me, though, because most of those aforementioned animals are from warm boy climates.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. But
like,
I
it would be one thing if like
winter.
A fucking penguin was super sad in the summer.
I mean, like, no, there are some penguins that actually live in hot climates.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah, no, there's a thing.
You ever seen the fucking, what was that, Penguin or March of the Penguins? You ever seen that thing? Documentary, I think it was narrated by...
Is that the... Oh, never mind. I was thinking about that weird
Morgan Freeman
documentary that someone, I think maybe Disney faked, where they were pushing animals off a cliff.
Not quite what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I immediately thought about that instead. No, I've seen March of the Penguins. The thing is, it's not like everyone has this misconception that penguins only live in like the poles and the snow. It's like there are some that live in beaches, boy. Like there are some penguins that just be out there like chilling. They be surfing and stuff. I mean, not like, that's a whole generalization, but like there are penguins that live in warmer climates. If you actually look,
I'm not Pittsburgh, a penguineer.
Listen, we have you ever been to the aviary?
The Bird Boys?
Yeah.
No.
They got a whole penguin exhibit there.
I see enough birds in real. Like, see, I go to the zoo to see things that I don't see.
No, listen. So they have a penguin exhibit at the aviary, and it's open top outside, and they sit there and they fucking sunbathe.
Amazing.
It's actually super cool.
Do you sunbathe?
Do I sunbathe? When I was like 14, I did. Anymore, I'm like just.
I just
like,
let it happen. Whatever happens,
exactly.
However white I am is how white I am. However tan I am is however tan I am.
I tan like a motherfucker, and I
burn, and then I burn easy, and then I turn into the hot pocket. Like I'm good after that. Yeah.
I'm like those early stages of a s'more. How like that fucking marshmallow be going from like pale white to they crispy golden.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't hit that like stage.
What's your nationality?
Nationality? American.
But going out of your way to tan.
What about it?
Stupid.
I mean, like I said, I was like 14 and I did that shit. But like,
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Same reason why at that age you can believe the earth is flat. Cool, whatever. Do whatever
exactly. You know, you just be doing stuff.
Right.
Now,
but
what a point
in your 20s, your 30s, beyond that, like, Unless you're just chilling, listening to music, sitting at a pool.
I'd be doing that. I'd be laying on the beach just taking a nap. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. But if you're like, got to get my half hour in.
See, I think also...
Especially the people who are going so far to simulate it.
Oh, yeah, and tanning beds
and going on tanning beds. You are a fucking weirdo to me, dude.
See, here's the thing, right? So it's like...
Especially as a dude.
I got a crick on my elbow there.
Get your neck break in real quick.
Neck break? Oh, yeah. Let's get all these bitches in. All right, let me switch knees because that one started to hurt. Was on 50. Anyways, so what was I gonna say?
Tanning.
What about it? Anyway, yeah. I thought it was a whole new question. Forgot we were talking about it. But like, no, I think that's also like a vanity thing. Like some people are like obsessed with like, I gotta look this way and I gotta feel, and it makes them feel better.
Oh, there's cultural standards, and I don't blame people for. How do I say this? I understand why people do the things that they do.
Yeah.
Psychologically, philosophically. But I just can't back the fact that those standards are there. Like the body shaming in general.
Well, I mean...
Like, the fact that people think that their level of attraction is based on whether or not they are pasty white. Like, don't get me wrong, if you look like you're ill, maybe you should hit the sun for some vitamin D. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like your average complexion.
Yes.
In fact, the obvious opposite side of that spectrum, people who bleach in their skin because they're, super duper dark.
Yes.
Like, dude.
See, here's the thing. At the same point in time, I mean, there's like kind of two sides to it. So
right.
Body shaming itself, bad.
I empathize with the fact that it makes me sad that they feel. I don't blame the people that do those things. I'm just sad that they feel like they have to.
Yeah. I mean, so body shaming itself, bad. Fuck body shaming, right? But like, there are some people who just go, I just like that I look this way and I feel better when I look this way. And sometimes like there is a part of everyone that like when you look the way you want to look, you feel better.
Right.
And usually it's just a vanity thing. Sometimes this is just the way I want to be.
Right. But usually there's the philosophy there is that you feel better when you look that way.
No, I get it.
Because you feel like you're fitting into some sort of cultural standard. Mm-hmm. So if that cultural standard wasn't there, then you otherwise wouldn't have cared. It's a parallel universe type situation.
Dad bods are in, by the way. All you guys just
I've had a dad bod since like 27.
And you know what, dude?
I hit 26, 27, found Cadoba, got not necessarily a dad bod, but maybe like a stepdad bod.
A stepdad bod?
Right. And then I got COVID.
Like that. Oh, yeah.
And gained 30 pounds.
Fair.
And is that an excuse for me having gained weight? Absolutely. I was bedridden.
Yeah.
Is it an excuse for why I still have that weight a year and a half later? No, absolutely not.
No.
However, I have lost about 2/3 of it, so I feel better about that. But in either case, shout out to Dad Bods.
Facts. Dad Bods.
In the description will be his email address if you want to send your nudes to him.
To who? Me?
Your email address will be in the description so that you can evaluate in the next episode rating Dad Bods.
I don't want nudes. I
partial nudes.
This is such a slippery slope. This is how you go home and your girlfriend's just waiting for you going, so what you get your email? And that's a slippery slope, dude. That's how you get punched in the mouth and you're still wrong.
So anyways, send your nudes to the email address in the description.
Please
help. Shout out to therapy, though. I don't know if you've ever been there. It feels good. Therapy feels good.
Shout out to therapy.
I've been to a few couples therapy, personal therapy, shit like that. It's good. Fuck the stigma, dude. Talk about your problems.
Help yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with self-love and self-help.
Favorite flavor of milk.
Favorite flavor of milk.
And do you know what? Hang on. Favorite flavor of milk.
Chocolate.
Okay. How do you feel about Yoo-hoo?
It's not milk.
Right, exactly. But how do you feel about it?
I like it.
Would you put it above chocolate milk?
No.
I do.
I don't.
Dude, Yoo-hoo is fire.
See, here's the thing, right? And it's nothing against Yoo-hoo. I'm like giving Yoo-hoo like
an 8 out of 10. Are you a Nesquik man? Is that where you're going?
No.
Okay.
So I'm like, Yoo-hoo's like an 8 out of 10, right? See, it's like the same way because like Yoo-hoo's an 8 out of 10. 100%.
Warm.
Huh?
Warm. It's approaching that 9 out of 10 territory when it's ice crispy.
I'll give you that. That's fair. That's fair. The thing is, like, it's nothing against the flavor or anything of it. It's like, I'm the kind of person who likes really like thick stuff.
When was the last time you had a Yoo-hoo, my man?
It's not that thick.
The ones in the jars feel thicker to me. I don't know if you get the little containers.
I get the jar ones.
Okay. Jar Yoo-hoo feels like sludge.
I don't think
Love
it's that thick.
sludge.
I think it feels thinner, if anything, because it's just chocolate flavored liquids.
Yoo-hoo is
I like
sludge.
a really nice like thick whole milk with like a shit ton of chocolate in it, and it feels like I'm just drinking syrup. It's like the same thing as like when I drink
Don't
Kool-Aid.
subtweet, dude. Put it out there. Who are you talking about?
Listen, what?
Who is the chocolate milk?
Who's the chocolate milk?
Who is
Turner's.
the epitome? Get the fuck out of here.
Turner's bangs, dude.
Yes, but above Yoo-hoo and Nesquik?
Nesquik is not that good, and we just need to say that out loud.
Nesquik
is
strawberry kind of go hard.
Nesquik is the Tobey Maguire of milk.
Okay. Do you make your own chocolate milk?
It depends.
You done it? Little chocolate syrup, spoon it up.
I've been in the struggle.
Is that struggle though?
I think so.
You think that's struggle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not syrup, but like, the chocolate powder.
Milk versus hot cocoa. Let's talk about it.
Oh, that depends. It's a situational thing because it's like you can always drink chocolate milk, but you can't always have hot cocoa.
Scenario number 1. Cold chocolate milk in the summer.
Yes.
Scenario number 2. You're sitting by that toasty fire.
Oh, you got the hot cocoa.
You got them fucking hot cocoa with some nice fresh socks on.
Some nice fresh socks on. Ooh, and like that toasty right out the fucking dryer sweatpants, dude.
Yep.
Facts.
That's the 2 scenarios. Where are you going? Where's your nirvana?
My nirvana 100% is in the cold, being warmed by things.
So you're going with hot cocoa.
In those 2 scenarios, yeah, but that's also because I really hate summer.
Hate is a strong word.
I genuinely,
especially in Pittsburgh where it's raining 90% of the days.
I genuinely hate the heat.
See, here's my stance on weather.
Okay.
I think I am a whore, a slut, an absolute
right, that's it.
thought.
Just the end of your statement right there.
Done. Next statement.
Anyways.
I'm a whore for like the spring and the fall type vibes.
Mm-hmm. We'll give
When
that.
you start getting in the summer, we got issues. I don't want to feel the palpable ball sweat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Winter is just annoying. I will agree on one thing. The best weather in the existence of all weathers is literally a blizzard. And I don't mean a nuisance. I mean you're not going to work.
You're not leaving your house.
You're not leaving. You might be leaving your house on a little walkie walks.
Oh yeah, you're not driving a car though.
You're not driving a car effectively. No, safely.
I mean,
you're going out for a little walkie walks, walking your dog, walking your chick. Cup of hot cocoa, sitting outside, watching them big ass fucking flakes come down.
I love,
especially when they just come down like
it's
this.
So slow, but it's thick as fuck.
And
I
you
love
can
just standing there, dude.
And you
just
can
watch
just pluck it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is better than that.
Yeah.
And you got like at least a foot.
Yeah.
That is the best weather on this planet.
I'll give you that. 100%. I agree.
But when does that ever happen? 95% of the time, it's just like a fucking inch. You got to deal with it. You got to go to work. You got to drive in it, which most people can.
Yeah.
You got like 8 pounds of salt on the ground eating away your car.
Yep.
And it's a nuisance. So for that reason, I hate winter, even though winter is my favorite.
See, okay. I understand and respect all of those viewpoints. The thing is, it's like, when it hits a point, like, you understand it. When you work from home and you don't actually have to leave your house, you're like, oh, bring it on. Because you're like, I want to, like, I can't even tell you, like, 100%. I have spent a day off of work, like, watching the snow happen. Old as fuck. I hope that picked up on the mic how bad that cracked.
Fuck, that hurt.
But you know that like meme of Jim in the office where he's just staring through the window blinds, smiling at Andy?
Yeah,
that's me watching people like slide in the snow. That's me. I just love sitting there. So I'm just like, fuck you guys.
I enjoy driving in the snow, just not with other people around me.
I enjoy driving in the snow when I don't have to be somewhere. Because you're doing it just for the fun of it, not because you have to. When it's an obligation and you have a destination you have to get to, then it's stressful.
Snow tubing, snowboarding,
Okay.
sledding,
Okay.
skiing.
Okay. Agreed.
snow tubing. It's fire.
Dude, so fun.
Dude, like 800 miles an hour.
It's so
and
fun.
the pain of landing at the bottom. Because, see, here's the thing. Here's my experience with snow tubing. I don't go to the Seven Springs or whatever the fuck they call it. I go to some homie's fucking lawn, and there's a fucking highway at the bottom. In order to not die, you have to tip the fucking thing over, or you're landing in the bush or in someone's fucking SUV, right? Like, so my experience with snow tubing is fear.
I'm a big fan of that. There's a giant hill next to these woods here. Worst case scenario, if you had to stop, just hit the tree. I'm a big fan of you know what? I don't like dangerous things, but when it comes to snow and sliding across things, then you're like a moment's notice from cracking your skull. You're like, wow, that looks like a great idea to take my kids to. I don't know what it is.
Blows my mind.
Like, you would not put your kids on a bicycle without fucking training wheels, right? Down a hill. But you look at snow and you go, they'll be fine.
Send it. What about
fucking
ice
amazing.
skating?
I love ice skating.
I wish I could experience ice skating a little more organically that doesn't involve going circles. Like, imagine a world where you could just ice skate the same way you could jog or bike.
You know,
imagine how fucking dope it would be if that theoretical blizzard happened and you could just put on ice skates and go fucking
there are
cruising.
just people out there who do it. They live in this kind of climates where they make ice paths for themselves, and they have people have bike paths in the woods and stuff. They do it with ice, and they
and that is infinitely better than a circle.
That is the coolest
but it's still
thing I've
not
ever
the
seen.
same thing. The freedom associated, as you know, you skate as well.
Yeah.
The freedom associated with biking and skating. Imagine that applied to a fucking with the little snowflakes.
Yeah, no, I get.
Imagine that cruise.
See, here's the thing: is it's like one of those things of to do that, you'd literally just need an open source of water that's easily freezable.
All right, this world this world doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of does actually.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where the fuck can you just leave your house and you're just on a lake and all the grocery stores and friends live off of this lake? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just talking about there's a lake you can skate on that's frozen. You don't just
But that's
have
not-
it you could just ice skate down the street.
The awesome thing about that's what I'm saying.
That would be sick. That would be.
Remember
super
the Hey
sick.
Arnold episode? Let's talk about that. You did you get into that as a kid, Hey Arnold? There was a double episode of Hey Arnold, 2 episodes back to back, half hour show.
Wasn't a Hey
15
Arnold guy.
minutes. You need to go back because there is an episode, aka 2 episodes, 15 minutes back to back.
Yep.
Episode number 1 was Heat Wave,
Okay.
where it was just them sweating. Like, he goes to the store for ice because his air conditioner broke and everybody's just fucking. And it was a miserable feeling episode. It was miserable. And it just reminded you of the sweatiest, worst days you could possibly imagine. Good episode, but it made you feel uncomfortable. Roll credits. Immediately bring up Snow Day.
Okay.
Polarizing effect. And everybody's off of school, off of work. They've turned all the roads into fucking ice rinks.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing hockey. They're skating around. They're going down fucking sleds. The mailman's pissed off and saying that he hates the snow. And it's the best episode of Hey Arnold, period. The fact that you can't relate to that makes me sad because that's probably where that fantasy comes from. The ability, because in that episode they're just skating around the streets like it was a fucking like it was a skateboard. I mean, imagine the freedom of that.
See, I don't know, my love and fantasy winter just came from being a kid, and I walked outside one day in the snow and just sat there for a couple hours. I was very much like an outside in the snow kid.
Did you do snowmen? Were you a boss? Were you pretty good at it?
I did a couple snowmen in my time. A couple snowmen.
I specialize in snow couches.
That sounds lit.
Yeah.
I just kind of made a hole and it would just sit in the snow hole.
I am surprised I have made it past the age of probably about 13 or 14.
That's fair.
So, where I grew up in the Jersey Shore, we didn't get snow very often, but when we did, it made it count.
Yeah.
And I don't know if your neighborhood does this. I don't necessarily see it too much here in Pittsburgh, save for maybe Walmart parking lots. But they would make snow piles, snow drifts.
Yes.
And those piles would exist on every major intersection corner. Every decent neighborhood, anytime you reach a T, there would be a giant snow pile there. And I would, with the homies, we would hollow them out and turn them into snow forts. And it was amazing.
It's pretty sick, actually.
Amazing. I'm building fucking little couches. I'm building little TV stands.
You over here decorating a whole home like it's Minecraft.
We're connecting the snow piles to like people's houses. If we're getting like several feet of snow, if we got that lucky, you're small enough to kind of tunnel. So fucking awesome. But here's the thing. One snowplow would have ended us. Imagine a world where they're plowing the streets, fresh plow time. We're inside of that thing, and they drive up on it, add fresh snow, compact it, and that whole shit just collapses on us.
True.
We're dead.
Yeah.
The fact that we survived doing that every time it snowed blows my mind. You ever done a hot wing challenge?
Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous.
It's just wings.
How hot are we talking here? How hot have you gone? Have you leaked out of all of your holes because of what you put in your mouth?
I have been a leaky boy.
Shout out to Redbeards. That was my hottest experience.
Never tried the
Several million.
I've only tried
Scoville.
like their buffalo wings.
Their little hot wing challenge, several million Scoville.
Whew. Hot boys.
Yeah, I'm just irrational fluids everywhere.
Fair enough. All right, so last question of the day. Would you rather...
Is this an actual question of the day? Would you rather? I'm with it.
Would you rather take a trip to like the beach or like up somewhere where there's a shit ton of snow?
Beach. I mean, no, I'm from there, so.
I'd like rather go up like somewhere like it's just like maybe like some weird part of Canada which always snowing or like up into a pole or something. I'd love to just be in like a long term at snow because it's like with Pittsburgh weather. When you get like a snowstorm, you got like one day and the salt trucks happen and then you're like, all right, back to normal life. I'd like to just experience like being snowed in for a long period of time. I got that once in my life. It was like back in 2008 or 2009 whenever we got like snow all over Pittsburgh. We had like a few feet. School got canceled for like a few weeks. I'd love to experience that one more time.
I'll come up with a would you rather for you.
Okay.
Would you rather
Yeah.
be paralyzed for a decade or live the rest of your life completely healthy, but all you could eat was hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
You're gonna put them down?
I'm putting down the hot dogs.
Your glizzy gang?
I don't know what that means, but I'm in for the hot dogs.
Your stomach.
My stomach said, "You ready for hot dogs, dude?"
Rapid fire. Would you rather sweat mayonnaise
Okay.
or salivate ranch dressing?
Salivate ranch dressing.
God.
Dude, I could sauce my own fucking shits. You don't even need to dip your chicken wings anymore. You just lick them bitches and you're ready to roll.
Would you rather be in a constant state of emergency diarrhea
Okay.
or puke after every meal?
Puke after every meal.
Dude, I think I'd go with the Rhea, dude.
Nah, dude, imagine trying to take a car trip. What are you going to do? Shit yourself the whole time?
Bring a bag with me or something.
If shit hits a point where you have to, like, bring a bag with you just to drive to Walmart.
Have you ever been in the same room with somebody while they were shitting?
Maybe.
And I don't mean, like, in a public bathroom and you got a homie next to you. I mean, like, you're watching somebody take a dump.
No.
Word.
I mean, I've seen a dog do it. I mean, I guess if you count, like, a small child who shits themselves. I mean, yeah, I've definitely, like, looked at a kid and it's going... It's just staring at someone, like, for protection, like how a dog does. You ever see, like, a dog take a shit? It just be looking at someone, like... just, like, death staring the whole time, like... Oh!
Would you rather smack a pit bull and run for it?
Okay, or
smack your girlfriend and run for it?
smack a pit bull. Because
she gets paid $1,000 when she catches you, so she knows it was for the memes and it was no disrespect.
Smack a pit bull. Doesn't matter if they know it's for the memes. You're still in trouble, and you're not touching that money. She gets it. You don't get it. Then second off, with a pit bull, you know how you pet a dog correctly? You just be smacking it in the belly like, "What's a good boy?"
I mean a fucking full cross on this thing.
A full, like, you just smack the shit out of a dog,
teeth and everything. Yeah.
Like, is the dog
like it's looking at
Why
you
does it
with
be
love?
Pit bulls are like the most loving dogs. I feel like I'd just be confused.
Yeah, probably.
Or you go, huh, and it do like fuck that weird dog shit where it just jumps and goes like this real aggressively and it just forgets what's happening and it just chases you because you're running.
Krispy Kremes or Dunkin' Donuts? Donuts specifically.
Dunkin' just for the variety.
Krispy Kreme don't got varieties because the closest store around here is pretty far. It's like an hour from here.
I mean, if we're talking pure glazed donuts, Krispy Kreme all day, but like there's just more kinds of donuts you can get at a Dunkin'. Like I'm not gonna go to Krispy Kreme and find like a fucking like maple glazed bacon donut. You know what I'm saying? Or some weird shit. Like you're just gonna find like you got like 3 options. It's glazed with chocolate, or glazed with chocolate and cream inside. Like those are your options.
Would you rather have absolutely no body hair whatsoever? No hair, no eyebrows, no beard, no chest hair, no nothing.
Okay. Be an excellent
Or
swimmer.
be literally the opposite of that. Just ape mode.
I would rather be like just smooth all over. That could be like an Olympic swimmer.
You would have an advantage, but you'd have to work for it.
Dude, I don't even care. I mean, if anything, that just gives me like incentive. Then I'm like, oh, it's like my destiny. I could be like the new Lex Luthor.
Would you rather get shot in the knee
Yeah.
with an actual fucking pistol?
Yeah.
Or would you rather take an hour naked just getting constantly pelted with paintball after paintball?
Hour naked.
Do you think that would kill you?
What?
Taking just paintballs for an hour?
Oh, dude, no, 100%. The first 5 minutes, you're passing out, dude. Like, it takes that one shot to the dick, and you're done.
I wonder how long it would take to kill somebody with paintballs.
I'm sure, honestly, you could probably do it rather fast if you keep on aiming for the dick. Like, dude, listen.
You're on this dick fixation here.
Dude, think about it. You're butt-ass naked.
Fine, I'll give you a cup.
You take, like,
I'll
2
give you a
shots
cup.
to the nuts, that's GG's.
Okay, same question. You got a cup on.
Oh, well, still, I mean, I already chose the paintballs.
If the CIA or the FBI had a program where it's mutually beneficial, you can have some fun and they can get training out of it.
Okay.
Where you could sign up to be basically manhunted, where you are theoretically the most wanted man alive. Helicopters after you.
Yeah.
Boats after you.
Mm-hmm.
Snipers looking for
Yep.
you. Non-lethal rounds. I think I'd do pretty good.
I feel like I'd do fine.
I'd do great on the run, I feel like.
I would do good.
If your arms and legs switched places,
Okay.
so your legs are now like this.
Would you
continue to walk upright, but therefore on your hands? Or would you walk on your legs and thus be upside down?
I would rather walk on my hands for a number of reasons. First off, you're going to build a callus in your hands like you did your foot. So, bam. Second off, like, if you're always upside down, like, that headache's going to be crazy. I'd just rather have feet hands, dude. Can you imagine, like, kickboxing someone? Like, you just... It'd be like you don't mess with the Zohan where you're constantly kicking someone in the face. Like, imagine, like, you get punched in the face is one thing, but you ever get kicked in the face, that's disrespectful.
Facts.
Like, if someone has the ability to, like, straight up put that foot in your face, like, that's disrespectful. Now imagine you could do it fast. Like, you have foot jabs at people. You know what I'm saying? That'd be fucking lit.
Last rapid fire.
Yeah.
Metal baseball bat.
Yes. Where?
One time to both of your elbows.
How hard?
Full fucking swing. From a major baseball player.
Okay.
Or that happens once every 6 months.
Oh my God.
For 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or one time, period. The bottoms of your feet, apple peeler, down to the meat.
I'd rather take the apple peeler.
You would skin your feet.
I would rather have my feet skinned one time and walk away than have my elbows
You
crushed.
ain't walking away, boy.
I mean, long term, I'm walking away. I'm gonna be carted away at first, but I'd rather have my feet skinned like a fucking apple, and then instead of like every 6 months, like fucking like, you know, like
It's only
Jose
4 times.
Canseco.
4 times to your elbows, full swing. Will it break it? Maybe.
Here's the thing: you go and get some skin back, and it's just gonna be sensitive, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna wear thicker socks for a while, and eventually you'll be fine. But like when you have your elbows crushed 4 times by like fucking Jose Canseco and like Mark McGuire, who like fucking roided the shit up, like they take one swing, and if there's a thing like that is crushed. And now, like, if you do that 4 times, you can only fuck up your elbow 1 time before it's like you need surgery and you're fucked up and can't lift it the rest of your life. Like, I'll take, like, I got a little limp as opposed to I can't fucking hold a pencil for the rest of my life.
Teeth are pretty stupid, though, right?
Teeth are stupid?
Yes, since we're talking anatomy here. Literally, dude, like, at this point, it's like some sort of divine being, evolution, something, sat there, and was like, they have to eat. Some of this stuff might hurt on the way down.
Yeah.
Or might not even fit. So we're going to have to go ahead and chop this up.
What if we just put rocks in their mouths?
What if we literally put exposed bones?
So at some point in time, like whether it be a divine being or evolution, just thought, here's what we gotta do. Here's what we gotta do. You see them like fucking rock things that we already made? Put them bitches and just kind of glue it to the inside of like this hole in their face.
And let's stick little pain radars in the middle of them so that when they break those, fucked.
Just so they know they bit too hard.
Yeah.
It's a warning. I mean, granted, you had to fuck up and you're already done by the time you get warned, but it's a warning.
Toothaches are next level fuckery.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I would take breaking my hand any day of the week.
It's probably not the worst pain. I'm sure there's things that are much worse.
It's gotta be up there.
I'm sure it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, childbirth, fucking gotta be way worse than that. They can handle it.
You guys get, like, what's the thing they give them to not feel stuff?
Epidurals?
You got them.
Try having balls.
You ever been kicked in the balls?
I'll close out this podcast with a story.
You gonna close it out?
I was driving one day down a highway, responsibly, maybe 60, 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Something like that. Busted a fat one. But here's the thing. And I still do at this point, obviously, comfortable at the moment. I'm in my dad gear, right? But every now and then I rock a skinny. Yeah. Right? Oh, those are sweats. But I rock a skinny every now and then. Especially when I was in shape, right? Mm-hmm. Getting there. Whatever.
Getting there.
I was rocking skinnies.
Yeah.
With compression undies.
Yup.
Driving. This fart had nowhere to go. So it couldn't evacuate backwards because I was leaning. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it needed to evacuate this trajectory.
Yes.
Okay? But compression shorts disallowed it. So what happened was, you know how when you are using a hose to water your garden?
Yes.
And you just water, but like nothing. But when you close the opening a little bit, it sprays, right?
Yeah.
This gas had nowhere to go. It fought through my cheeks.
Yeah.
Finally got a path of, least resistance out the cheeks.
Yeah.
Realized it couldn't go anywhere from there, and the path of least resistance from there was straight up into my nutsack.
Yeah.
I farted so hard and accurately into my left nut.
Did you just fart so hard you flicked your nuts in the air?
I farted harder than I would flick. It felt like a couple into my left nut simultaneously, maybe even a slap, to the point where within seconds I'm on the side of the road in tears.
You over here busting nutcrackers, bro.
Yeah. In that split second it took to smack my nut, it was not just like you felt it. It was a full actual object.
Yep. Anyways, as always, I am Tones on Instagram and TikTok as Yo It's Tones. Got Skyview here. Same thing. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all
the things. See you next time.
Check us out, skyviewpark.com.
Yeah, boy. Dude, I've had a hair. I've been battling something. There's something in my mask or in my facial hair where I swear, I shit you not.
You know that part of being old where
I'm going to be zooming in on your face like once every 2 minutes because I'm just like...
You know that point of being so old that when you keep your leg crossed too long, your knee locks up?
Maybe not necessarily that, but my legs go numb pretty easily these days.